Our show is special today because we have a phenomenal artist, award-winning artist. She's a singer, songwriter. She has the beauty and aura that screams around in this room so loud. You can't wait to see her. Let's welcome Janet Otieno in the building.
Yay! First, I just must say, I'm a big fan. Call me.
Yes,
I'm a big fan, and then I love your style. I honestly do. I'm like, when I grow up, when I become, nikiongeza tu miaka, I want to slay like you.
You know,
I'm like, I just want to slay like you. You're always looking like that cool man. You're like, yo, Sema. Yeah, I know I'm looking good.
Yeah.
Okay. You're always looking amazing.
Thank you.
So happy you're here.
So amazing.
Oh my, so humble.
I love your hair. I love your hair.
Thank you so much.
I love your blouse. I love your blouse.
And we love you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's just start off on, I know, of course, you grew up in a family where church was the order of the day. Like, you had to go to church, and probably that's where you got your motivation from. But would you say, if probably you were not brought up in such a church setting, you probably wouldn't be here? Or you feel like it's something that you can actually learn? You don't necessarily have to be born into. You could,
Yes. I would say it's not necessarily that when you're born in a church, a Christian background is when you can be doing like gospel music, or you can just choose this gospel way of style. I would say it's a personal decision that somebody can take. I think if I was not born in a family that likes church, I would still be doing what I'm doing, because I think I love it. Yes.
I'm like, let me just ask you this: what does Christianity mean to you as a person? You've lived the life for so many years, and there are a lot of youngings out here, of course, are like, Christianity ni nini? Christianity ni kuvalia, because you're very fashionable,
Yes.
So for someone to like, no, ufai kuwa na wig,
ufai
kuvalia
kucha, I know.
Ufai kukaa sijui na ngara sijui and all that. What does Christianity mean to you?
I think people, watu wanaichukua vitu tofauti. Mimi naiona Christianity is a decision whereby you have to make a choice that you want to follow Christ. Kila mtu anakuwa na decision yake ya kumake. I make a decision to follow Christ. That is Christianity for me, and to follow kufuata maagizo, I know you understand. Kufuata maagizo, kufuata maagizo ya Mungu na kufuata sheria zake. That is what Christianity means to me. Yes.
And over time, we've seen pastors. There are, of course, snippets that go viral of our pastors that sometimes are very questionable, and that makes some people's, let's say, sheep, wale kondoo wa Mungu, saa ingine anaona, mbona mtu anaprechi kitu, but Bible yangu inaniambia something else. So what do you tell this someone who's very confused, doesn't know which way to follow, because the man of the cloth says, listen, sio hivi, lakini he's doing this other thing. There's that perfectionism that is wanted by us humans, and it's normal, it's human nature.
I think Bible, people have a different translation, translation in Bible. The way you understand the Bible is not the way I understand it. And pastors are equally human beings. They also have their way of translating the Bible. So sometimes I feel like if you are going to go to church, you know the God that you are serving, or you know what is taking you to church. Go to church, don't criticize so much. Get what you can get, what you think is good for you. And then after umepata, just go home and build on it the way you want to build on it. At the end of the day, we are not going to church because of pastors. We are going to church because it's our own decision, and we know the reason why we are going to church. So I would say, weenda tu kanisani. Shika ile unaweza shika, and then jenga from it, that will be okay with you.
And I'm like, let me ask you this. You've lived, the life of a Christian for a very long time. What are some of those, challenges? Because for some people, they feel like, hey, maybe ni tafute Mungu huko mbele mbele nikianza kuzeeka, acha sai kwanza ni enjoy my youth day, unajua. Like, what are some of you feel like there are some of the challenges that are very basic and very normal, and maybe you kind of like, you face them, but you're able to overcome them and still maintain yourself on that line of Christianity?
Okay. Once you are born again, you have like a car. A car has a shock absorbers. You have your brakes. And sometimes if you're not going to step on your brakes, you will definitely cause an accident. So Christianity, or I think I got your question correct. Am I out of?
No, you are there. You are there.
I got it correct.
I love the way you just brought in a car. That's that's something to relate to,
So a car, when you're driving, you have to step on your brake. You must have your shock absorbers has to be good. And when you're not going to step on your brakes, then you're going to cause an accident. The same as Christianity, or when you're born again. You must have certain things that when you're born again, you have the Holy Spirit. You have certain things that are guiding you, that when you're going to live unaenda kuziacha kando, then definitely you will go out of your way. So that is how I see it. Yes.
Wow. And I've seen you do music with legendary artists like Shusho and people who are wacha niseme watu wa kitambo, and it's very relatable and everything. But then I've seen you also do songs with the new age artists like Wisdom. Talk to us about what's the difference between these two very, of course, artists, and that we need them. We need them in the society, whether we want it or not, and we will judge even hata kama, hata kama ni mdogo, hata kama ni mzee, tutajudge too. But what's the difference between working with this other artist and these other ones?
Music, I usually say music is an art that you have to be creative with. We have a young generation and we have the mother's generation. The type of music that we do is quite different, but people are evolving, and a lot of things are also changing. It may get to a point where people think that Christianity or gospel music is boring. You know why? Because things are changing. We have the young generation, and at the end of the day, we don't want the young guys are doing something very different from what we are doing. And as you said, I've sung with Christina and I've sung with Wisdom, and I love them both. I love the both style. The rapping, Wisdom was rapping, and we were doing just the So the reason why I'm saying I love the both, because we have a different audience. There are people that want to see Wisdom. There are people who want to see what Wisdom is doing so that they can relate with it. There are people who want to see what Christina is doing so that they can relate with it. So I did not find it ikiwa ngumu, because at the end of the day we are serving one God. And the reason why I love the rapping ya Wisdom is alikuwa katika mistari, like he never went out of the scriptures. Alifanya scriptures, but then it introduced me to a new audience, a new audience, and this one, Yangu na Christina also introduced me to a new audience. So both are just being artistic. That's it.
But I'm like, let me slide this in, talking about, the new generation, the new age. What's your take on this, Christians, doing music with gengeton artists? So do you take genge God genges? I don't know what we're going to call it, but hey.
I'm telling you.
So, like, by that, what's your take on this? Because I'm very sure a lot of Christians had different feelings, Korean like, surely, as in,
I'm telling you. Sometimes I feel like, genge is genge. It's gengeton. I myself, I don't understand when they're singing, I cannot get even a word on
the sheng is
too much. And yes, I just said a few minutes ago, it's being artistic, it's an art that people are trying to do. But gengeton, I don't know. Most of them are not born again Christians, isn't it? And our young boys also collaborates with them. I would say I don't want to judge. I don't want to judge, but I usually say when you found yourself doing gospel music, when you found yourself saying that I am born again, how did you find yourself here? Who called you, and for what purpose? What is your purpose when you're going to do such type of music? What do you want to achieve at the end of the day? I've never gotten this answer, but I hope one day I get it, because I believe for you to find yourself doing gospel music, it's because you are called to do it. So if it's a calling, that means the Lord is using you to reach somebody out there. So when you're doing this, whom do you want to reach, or what are you doing?
Absolutely.
Yes, yes.
And Janet has posed a very, very important topic and a very important question that you should ask yourself, even you as a Christian, when you are practicing this Christianity. Who called you? 111 is the SMS line. We still have Janet Otieno in the building. Kindly send in your questions, and we'll be right back after this commercial break.
We need more of Jesus, more of the Lord, more of goodness.
Amen.
Oh my God, I don't know. I'm listening to this now. Feel a very different vibe coming from you.
Yes.
Tell us about that. What happened? I think 2021. I want to do things, differently.
Exactly. I just wanted to kick off the year, in a different vibe. I've never done such a song.
Yes, it's very different.
Catchy. Yeah.
Yes.
I wanted to just try something new, and also my people on Facebook were always like, "Mom, can you give us some vibe, just a little bit?" But of course, I was feeling comfortable with it. That's why I decided to do a song with a vibe.
It's such a beautiful song. That's Zaidi, guys. If you don't know the song, it's called Zaidi. Iko kwa channel yake, tafadhali go and subscribe. But before we do that, let me ask you a question, because there's so many things that I can feel as a human being when I listen to your song. Kama hiyo inaniambia Zaidi, like I want to seek God, and then you'll do another song and I'm like, I'm very happy where I am right now, and let me just say thank you. You're thankful to God. There's so many emotions that you can evoke from just singing. So how do you determine what to talk about before you write a song?
Yeah. So in other words, what inspires my writing?
Yes.
I say the Bible inspires my writing a lot, and of course the intimacy with God. The more I make my relationship with God more intimate, the more I get a lot of message, and also the society inspires me a bit on how to do my lyrics. So before I actually write a song, I take my time, go into prayer, and ask God just to guide me before I write a song. Something that can inspire somebody out there, something that can speak into somebody's life, and something that can actually a message that can actually change somebody's life. So I have to check around that before I write a song.
Wow.
Yes.
Then I just have to ask this. I'm sorry, but we did a story today.
I was about to ask that.
Okay.
Kikuyu gospel artists was telling ladies, Kim. Lois Kim.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was telling ladies they need to stop leaving their husbands for cheating and stick around, because the next person, the next man they're going to end up with is going to be worse than the previous one. And at the same time, she said she's not for idolatry, and but now you see you're saying this and then you're saying this, and now people are just over there, they're like wondering what are we going to do. What's your take on that? What's your take on that?
On what she said?
Yes.
What she said is actually really very, very correct to me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Got her too.
Sanitize immediately after this. It's sanitized.
I
feel it's very correct to me, because sometimes when you're in marriage, are we talking about the married couple
marriage
here?
yes.
When you are in marriage, sometimes you feel like the grass is actually greener out there than the one that you have at home. But little did you know that sometimes you may be just jumping out of the pan to the flame itself. So I usually advise people, when there is a misunderstanding, when there's something that you don't understand in your marriage, please just take your time, have a sit down with your wife, your husband, try talking about it. Even if it, like I say, ngangana na marriage yako, don't just let it break like that, because there's nothing good out there. I'm telling you, even if you are in your marriage and you're cheating, you will cheat for some time, but then now leave your marriage, go out there with the same person that you're cheating with. You will find it is very different. By the way, the way atakutreat is different from the way alikuwa anakutreat when you are cheating.
Absolutely.
So please stick to your marriage. I'm big up to Lois Kim. That was so amazing.
Well, not necessarily sai tutarushiwa mawe, because they are going to say, oh, so ashinde akicheat, lakini mimi nitakuwa tu hapo with open arms receiving this man.
No, the man.
But I believe it shouldn't happen again. You cheated, you apologized, then show me change behavior.
Oh, so
what if he cheats again?
Okay, that we're talking about the man or the
man.
The man.
Okay, let's talk about the woman as well.
Okay, so we're saying he cheated the first time.
Yes.
And then now
you forgave, sat down.
Maybe it's a serial cheating. Yeah.
Yeah, you can. Sometimes it's a very hard question actually. Yeah. That is very hard. That is a hard question, but we must find a way of answering this. There's a devil. The devil is out there roaming to make sure that what is beautiful imeharibika.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to take you back to the Bible a bit. I'm a servant of God, and I have to push this a bit. The devil is real, and when you give the devil a chance to mess your marriage, he's going to mess it completely. So I would say it's just cheating the first time is you may forgive. The second time, the third time, it has to go deeper a bit. You have to go deeper a bit on how to sit down and talk about this matter, and it has to be very serious. That because life is short, and you cannot be just living in cheating and all the time. You know, inavunja moyo. So you must find a way of talking about it, and if it cannot end, then some decisions has to be made. Yes.
Well, let's say in other words, you forgive, you forgive. You forget. But when they repeat it, you remember.
You go deeper. You try to go deeper. You try.
After 2 times, the third time, come on, this is someone who's like.
No, I'm saying
sometimes it's I feel like sometimes people do it out of. I feel like I can do it. You get.
Utaenda wapi? Utafanya nini? But mimi nasema marriage iko na challenges. Iko na vitu ambaye inagusa marriage. We must find a way of kuitengeneza. I know there must be cheating inaweza tokea first time, second time, third time, and you feel like this is now too much. That's why I'm saying the sit down when you are talking has to go deeper a bit. You must make a few things straight, that when somebody cannot follow that, then now after that you can make a decision. Yes.
The problem I have with men is they don't forgive. We've seen cases of women who've cheated. The first time they did it, yet she's forgiven him for having cheated 20 times, 100 times, but she's forgiven. But the first time it happens where a man has been cheated on, they are very selfish and very fast to say, mimi ego yangu. Why is it an ego battle for men anyway? I don't understand. But
and that's I think that's why you see polygamy is not allowed but you find out that a lot of men are doing it, but women cannot do it. I think the society also, the setup of the society right from the beginning iliharibu everything. That's why the men feels like they can cheat out there, but a woman cannot cheat. Cheat inakuwa ni kama umefanya dhambi kubwa sana, and you can never be forgiven. And I think it's high time this thing change, because people are changing. Vitu zinabadilika. Haiwezi kuwa about all the women wakati wote tu wao ndio wabaya, ndio straight tu. I think they're still moving with this thing that ilianza zamani. A man can cheat, a man can do this, but a woman cannot. I think it's high time it has to stop here.
Absolutely. So what are you working on? Tungoje nini utustue?
This year I'm having a lot of things in my lineup. An artist first is a song. You must have artist first before you do any other thing. The song has to be itangulie and then other things. So I'm planning for an album launch this year.
Yay.
And I'm about to do my EP as well. And have a lot of so many things actually
in the kitchen,
inatengenezwa. And I know mtanipea tena nafasi kuja hapa kusema the things that I'm ready.
Hebu tupatiana nitoje social media watu mali wataenda kucamp kwa YouTube wakirelax before tukuite tena.
Ndio. So my social media handles on IG, on Instagram at Janet Otieno KE, on Twitter at Janet Otieno KE, on Facebook at Janet Otieno, na bado ukiandika Janet Otieno KE utanipata, and my website is www.janetotieno.co.ke, www.janetotieno.co.ke. And then on YouTube, Janet Otieno, and I will subscribe, then like, share, comment.
Thank
and
you
do
so
everything.
much for coming, Joy.
Yeah.
I'm so
Janet.
happy.
Like,
I'm so
it's
happy
been
here.
such an insightful conversation. Didn't feel like an interview. Thank you so much for coming.
Yes.
And guys, thank you always for tuning in from 5:50 every day or at 10:30. You know we love you so much. But from us to you, it's all love, man. See you tomorrow.